We are in McGehee, Arkansas, and it's playoff time. It's the Newport Greyhounds and the McGee Owls who will be playing a football game tonight that is important, as all playoff games are. Winner advances to the next round. You're closer to a state championship. You're closer to the Final Four. David Black, my good friend Hayden Schultz, my other good friend Brian Prince, and my one and only oldest son Ben Black doing the producing, directing. Dan Kilpatrick once again not able to join us. We're 3 minutes away from the kickoff. And Brian Prince, first of all, huge football games, as they all are this time of year.
Oh yeah, this is major. You're playing another top quality opponent. And, I mean, I can't say enough about what I've watched this week. You know, they are, again, like we said, Glen Rose, we're going to have a good, sound, fundamental game. We got to play fundamental defense and do what we always do on offense to win this game tonight.
Hayden Schultz, it should be a great football game. The wind might be a factor.
Absolutely. Like last week, we tossed the ball around a little bit, and Glen Rose also did too, but there wasn't a wind factor. And this team likes to run the wing tee, so the wind will take a factor. And when they throw it deep, because they do like to throw it deep, I just like to see our offense come out and do what we did last week by giving Joe Brodus the ball and then having to throw the quick outs to Julius Clark and Garrett Body to open up the field, and then you get one of those shots down the middle of the seam.
Hounds have won the toss, and they have elected to receive in the football game. The lead sponsor for our Greyhound broadcast is WRMC Medical Complex in Newport. If you have an illness or an injury on the weekend, the after-hours clinic at WRMC Medical Complex Newport is here for you on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Patients with minor illnesses or injuries can be seen by a primary care provider. The after-hours clinic located inside the former Kroger building at 2200 Malcolm Avenue. No appointments necessary. Call 512-2550 for more information or visit whiteriverhealthsystems.com. We are pretty close to the start of this football game, and the McGee Owls, what a great tradition, Brian Prince.
Oh yeah, they are a tradition-laden school, but I want to say we were standing on the sideline doing our Facebook Live, and when the Greyhounds came onto the field and left the field, man, they've got their game faces on. I mean, you'd almost thought you were at a military academy and watch them march on and march off. I mean, I think they are focused tonight.
Arkansas Steel Associates, the pregame sponsor, as always. We thank those guys for sponsoring Greyhound football here on Cable Channel 15 TV. And listen, folks, we're looking forward to coffee and donuts if we can win this football game next Thursday morning at Greyhound Field. We'll talk further along as we go. This McGee Owl football team, 9-2 on the year, a 2 seed coming in. They run the football. They love the dead tee and they love the wing tee. They like misdirections. They only like to throw the ball when they have to throw the football. But this is a football team that likes to rush the football.
Yes, sir. They are big on the rush, on the dead wing and the wing, as you talked about. Their 2 losses is to their rival Dumas, which I understand that is a big rival, and Junction City. And everybody's heard about what Junction City's done the last few years.
Well, they are simply phenomenal. Hayden, you just got to stay away from turnovers, and you just got to be good in the kicking game.
I think we did a great job last week in not turning the ball over and making plays when we needed to. And then Rolando Noguez, nobody talked about him until I heard you say it on the coach show. The guy made every PAT last week, and nobody gave him credit, and that's something that's a difference maker in a ball game.
Yeah, we talked about the blocked extra point, but, boy, it was 27-27, 8 minutes to go in a football game. We scored the touchdown, and you have to kick the extra point. We did. The opening kickoff brought to you by Harris Ford, exit 85 in Newport, 523-5559. Their website is harris-ford.com. Our commitment to customer service is second to none. With the play-by-play, here's Hayden Schultz.
McGee Owls will kick off. It's going to be a low kick. Alberto Garcia going to field it. It tripped up right at the 41-yard line. Great field position for the Hounds.
Just about, I think that's where we started our first drive last week on the 41.
The wind will be a factor. Also trying to kick it deep.
Yeah, they didn't get, if they were trying to sky kick it, they didn't do a good job of it, or the wind just flat out knocked it down.
Cash Forrester at your quarterback, Joe Brodus at the tailback, Garrett Body, Julius Clark, and Zaywin Smith at your receiver. O'Shea Pruitt going to be at the nutback. Go offsides play, and it's going to get the Owls offsides. on the first play of the game.
Just that momentum going. They did not watch the ball. They're going on cadence, and good job by Cash Forrester.
I like coming out and doing that.
Yeah, it's a great call.
Everybody's amped up. You're waiting for the first snap, and you get them on a cheap one and get 1st and 5. 1st and 5, ball at the 46-yard line. Zane Watkins, Connor Prince, Alex Zimri, Dalton Phillips, and Xavier Foster going to be holding down the offensive line.
McGee is playing with 8 in the box.
There's the snap. They're going Joe Brodus up the middle. Joe Brodus going to be close to a first down.
Where they've marked him, it's going to be close.
It's going to be a first down for the Greyhounds.
They have every man they've got within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage.
The wind is kind of a cross breeze. It's kind of blowing towards the direction that Newport is going, but more toward the sideline than it is straight ahead.
There's the snap. Joe Brodus still on his feet. Joe Brodus getting outside. Joe Brodus finally going to be knocked out of bounds. First down for the Greyhounds.
They're just, he's just lacing it up and taking them to him right now. 11:30 to go here in the opening quarter. Greyhounds with their first possession. Got it at the 41, and we are now down at the 25-yard line.
Hayden, you mentioned that offensive line and what a job those guys did last week. Drove the football without scoring with 7 minutes and 50 seconds to end the game last week.
What I'm so proud about is Glen Rose knew what we were going to do. They knew we were going to run the ball, and we still ran the ball on them. They did the same thing, put 8 men in the box, and we still beat them with Joe Brodus and Rockwell Cox.
Sorry about that. Now they're finally moving the yardsticks, and there comes another 5.
Flag on the play.
Disciplined by the Newport Greyhounds to get 2 offsides penalty on this drive on the long count, the no play. Turnovers will play a huge part in this football game. When you get opportunities down in the red zone, you have to take advantage of it. Why it took so long for that to happen, I don't know. Why
they kept looking towards our coaches.
Cash Forrester bringing the play in from the sideline. 1st and 5, the ball inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Joe Brodus still back there at the tailback. There's the snap. Bobbled the snap a little, but Joe Brodus will be brought down.
The key to our offense is good snap, because it's a rhythm, as most offenses are, especially when you're running a situation where we're going to hand the football off real quick. And then good snaps are imperative, and handling of the football has to be done properly for this offense to work. 2nd down and 4, we gain 1 to the 18.
There's the snap going back to Joe. Good running by Joe Brodus. Going to be close. Maybe a yard short. Yep, 3rd and 1.
Joe missed a hole back inside. The hole was more inside as opposed to outside. Hounds going to be 3rd down and a long 1 or a short 2 here with 10:15 to play in the opening quarter. Obviously in 4-down territory. Let's get a first down here, Greyhounds.
There's the snap going Joe Brodus. They're going to throw the flag. And it'll be illegal procedure on the Hounds. Back them up, and they get 3rd and 6. That's not what you want to see.
Well, the Hounds didn't do that last week, and boy, on 3rd down and 1, 3rd down and a short 2, you certainly didn't need that, but we're still in 4-down territory. Coach Hansley has preached all year about pre-snap penalties, that you just can't have them be a championship caliber football team. We will overcome that penalty here.
Yeah, this is where we threw the little quick out passes last week.
And watch the trips to the top of your screen. And Garrett body by himself. Here comes motion. And they're going Joe. Joe is hitting the backfield. Joe going to pick up probably 3 on the play. Like David said, it will be 4-down territory here.
That's stop for the hours made by number 20.
It's going to be 4th down and 3.
9:26 to go, opening quarter. Hounds on their opening drive, still scoreless.
It's a long 3, could be even a short 4. Will the Hounds go long count here first?
They're just begging to throw it over the top.
Nobody in the middle of the field. Everyone is 5 yards deep, and Cash is going to look to throw. He has Garrett. That's got to be it. They do not call it.
We'll give McGee credit. The drive stopped, obviously, because of the 5-yard penalty by the Hounds. You don't want to have a penalty there when you're driving down there. Now we're going to see this vaunted offense of McGee averaging almost 50 points a game.
When you got a receiver running wide open like that and he gets pulled from his left side, it's got to be called.
McGee Owls will take over on the 18-yard line.
Hounds with 6 guys up front.
There's the snap. Try to get outside. Great pursuit.
There's
Ball's
the ball.
on the ground. Greyhound's got the football. Great job. Zane Watkins picked that ball up. Great job.
Great play.
Greyhounds are going to take over.
Well, we mentioned turnovers being a key in a football game. First play for the Owls, they turn it over right at the 11-yard line, so it'll be first down and 10.
Yep, 8:52 to go here in the opening quarter. Hounds gave up the ball on downs in their first possession. Get it here. One play after turning it over to the McGee Owls.
You got to have a little push up front and get positive plays here. First down.
First 10 ball to the 11-yard line for the Greyhounds. There's a snap. Joe Brodus up middle. Joe Brodus runs the guy over. Joe Brodus still on his feet. Touchdown Greyhounds. Joe Brodus did it all by himself right there. Joe Brodus.
That's my man right there.
11-yard touchdown run, straight up the middle. Offensive line blowing off the football. The Hounds are going to be able to move the football against these guys tonight. And we've just got to hope that the Newport defense can play as well as what they normally have throughout the course of the year.
Because with this win, these extra points are oh so critical tonight.
Rolando Noguez for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, and it is blocked.
The extra point is no good.
Extra point is no good.
8:47 seconds to go. First quarter, Hounds take the lead 6-0.
Greyhound football game brought to you by Mark Martin Power Sports and Marine up in Batesville. MarkMartinPowersports.com. You're looking for a new or a used ATV. They've got all kinds of them up there. Also brought to you by Bratcher Real Estate. Covering a lot of real estate of 11 yards after the big turnover. Mary Reed and all her crew, if you're looking to list some property, make sure you give them a call or go by and see them on Malcolm Avenue. Thank you, Ben Black. Football game also brought to you by Modern Woodmen of America, by Dennis Neal, All Surface Resurfacing, by ASU Newport, by the Sonic Drive-In, and by Lindley Health and Rehab Center. Halftime show, the Richard Buffalo and the Scott Wood Ram Truck Center halftime show. At the conclusion of the second quarter. Ford kickoff, Harris Ford kickoff coming up next.
Rolando Noguez going to high kick to about the 32-yard line.
Another live ball.
It's still on the ground. It looks like the Hounds are going to get on it. We'll see where they signal it. We're still waiting on it. Don't know if it quite got out of bounds, and they're going to separate, and we're going to have a talk about it at the middle of the field.
He's by himself.
And they said it went out of bounds, and it will be McGee Owls football right at the 25-yard line.
Well, let's play. Let's play defense.
Here we go.
8:44, Hounds lead 6-0 here in the opening quarter, thanks to the turnover by the Owls.
And there's the snap, going to go left.
Good swarming defense right there. Here comes the flag.
And there's a flag on the sideline.
That's going to be too many men on field, illegal participation.
Well, a very slow crew to mark off the penalty. They're waiting on the umpire to move the ball. There was a penalty.
There was a sideline warning against the Owls.
Sideline warning.
A sideline warning is not a...
That's illegal participation.
It's illegal participation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just afraid he don't know the call.
Absolutely, David.
Sideline.
Is it a 10-yard penalty? I thought it was a 5-yard for illegal participation. Anyway, they marked off 10.
We'll take it 1st and 20.
Where's the ball?
15-yard line. We're still having stoppage.
I will say this already. I can tell we have a crew
that's going to try to get in the ball game.
And it might not be a crew that's worked together.
And there's the snap. Quarterback looking to pass. He's going to throw it deep. Incomplete pass. Great job, Tydrell Fire. That's something that Coach Hinesley preaches about. A few games that we've noticed, we get beat deep a lot. And Tydrell Fire, great job of him.
Yeah, he was climbing the ladder. He was trying to make the interception.
He talked about this week on the interview and trying to defend this offense. You have to trust your eyes. You just have to trust your eyes. You've got an assignment. Stay with your assignment with your eyes.
8:29 to go, opening quarter. Hounds up 6-0. McGee with their second possession. They fumbled their first play on their first possession.
2nd and 20 for the McGee Owls. Here comes motion, and they will hand it to the guy in motion. Good stiff arm. He's looking backfield. Great run by that young man.
Going to be marked down on about the 23-yard line.
Tackle made by Tydrell Fire.
Bring up a big 3rd down for them, about 3rd and 13.
8 minutes, 5-second clock moving. Hounds lead 6-0.
Long 3rd down here for the Owls. And there's the snap. It looks like just a handoff up the middle, nowhere. It's going to bring up 4th down.
O'Shea Pruitt on the tackle.
Deontay Reed on the carry. That tackle made by
just a great defensive outing that possession. 7:36 and counting. Hounds up 6-0 here in the first quarter.
Garrett body will be deep for the Hounds for the punt. And there's the snap. 6 will punt it, low punt. Going to take a Greyhound bounce.
Goes out at the 48 of the Greyhounds. Great field position. So far the Hounds are owning the field position battle. 7:16 to go. The Hounds with their 3rd possession of the night.
Folks, the biggest craze going around the United States of America, especially in Arkansas, Newport, Arkansas, is Limelight by Elkhorn. Women's makeup and men's skin care. Kelsey Baker Black is into using the product and also selling that product. If you need makeup, you're looking for Limelight, give her a call at 217-1388. It makes you look purty is what it does. It makes you look purty. Purtier.
First and 10.
Let's go, Hounds.
There's the snap going. Joe Brodus outside. Joe Brodus.
Joe Brodus on the carry.
Give Joe 1 on the play. Make it 2nd and 9.
Just couldn't get his feet underneath him.
I like using Joe Brodus a lot, but I like getting those other guys in with Monquell and Tariq because they're all just so different and unique in their own way. 2nd and 9 ball at the 49-yard line. There's the snap going Joe Brodus. Back up the middle, Joe Brodus.
Brodus on the carry.
Great hole, and then Joe Brodus.
Yep, going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Hounds. 6:32 to go, 6-0 Hounds.
3rd and 1 for the Hounds.
6:24 to play. First quarter, Hounds leading 6-0.
As you can see, only one of the three of us have good eyesight up here.
There's the snap going Joe. Joe hit in the backfield.
Might have lost one.
That's out by Parker Carter and Carson Matheny.
Probably punt here and flip this field position again.
I'm with you, Brian Prince, but we'll see what the brain trust of the Newport Greyhounds elect to do here.
With Cash doing the punting, you have extra time to make that decision. 5:43 and counting. First quarter, 6-0 Hounds.
And the Hounds look to go for it here. McGee stacking that box. And they go back to Joe. Joe.
First down.
It's going to be a first down.
Diving over the top.
I tell you what, that right there is just showing our defense, hey, Coach Hinesley has faith in me tonight. I mean, we're just inside midfield doing that.
6:25. Clock moving here in the first quarter. The Greyhounds lead 6-0 with the football at the Owl 41-yard line. First down and 10.
Trying to go dead play there.
There it is.
They did get him again.
For the third time tonight, the Owls jump off sides on the long count.
You know, and it's also a motivating factor to our defense that he's got faith in them, but it's also, you know, demoralizing to their defense that, hey, we just gave up a fourth down.
Well, they're still playing 8 guys in the box.
O'Shea Pruitt's going to catch one across the center or Garrett Body for a touchdown.
Well,
I'm calling it.
Monquel Cox checks into the ball game.
They have 11 guys within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage again.
And Monquel does jump.
Illegal procedure against the
Illegal procedure on the Hounds. Going to bring us back to 1st and 10 again.
Pre-snap penalty again, causing the Hounds 5 yards. But right after the McGee Owls had given the Hounds 5. 4:47, the clock stopped until they get the penalty marked off. Six 0 Greyhounds.
Ball at the 41. There's a snap. Cash going to look to pass. Cash stepping up in the pocket. Cash is sacked.
That's the quarterback on the carry.
That's a dangerous hit right there.
Ricky Morgan making the stop.
Hounds will lose 5 on that play. And it'll be 2nd down and 15 with 4:10 to play here in the quarter.
Under 4 minutes to go, opening quarter.
There's snap. Cash looking to pass again. There's the screen. He just overthrows him, and we had blocking.
Well, under pressure.
That goes for a pretty good distance if he's able to connect. Brings up 3rd and 15, 3:47 to go, opening quarter. Hounds up 6-0.
Cash felt and saw the pressure coming from the right side. We didn't get enough of a block over there. 3rd down and 15. Tried to get the ball to Monquel. He's not touched it here in the first couple of plays.
But it gives us the idea that to know that play is going to be open tonight.
3rd and 15 for the Hounds. Here comes Garrett Body in motion. Looking to pass. Cash going to throw it deep.
That pass is incomplete.
Miscommunication on the route that time.
Well, Julius had a legitimate beef there. He was getting held by his jersey and couldn't break loose.
Yeah, I saw some holding there too, but the Hounds will punt here. Well, what looked like a promising drive has turned into a punting situation. With 3:41 to play here in the first quarter, the Greyhounds lead 6-0.
Xavier Foster a bit long snap. The Cash forcer.
The Owls are coming.
There's the snap. Cash bobbles. He does get it off. And it takes a bad hop.
And then we get a 5-yard punt.
It's a 43-yard line. First and 2 for the Owls.
Well, you just have to overcome your mistakes, and the Hounds have seen plenty of mistakes already here in the first quarter, but they do lead 6-0. The wind affected the snap, but the snap was there. And McGee will get the football first down and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
And just a dive up the middle.
Huge play for the Owls. That's a good offensive football team, as we mentioned, almost averaging nearly 50 points per game.
Yeah, Garrett made a good hit, just didn't get him down. He picked up an additional 5 yards.
Second down and a couple here. Short 3.
Ball at midfield for the Owls. There's a snap. They're going to go to it again. It will be a first down for the Owls.
Kaylon Hanley on the carry.
That's why it's so important when you get that field position, you get those things, you don't have the pre-snap penalties, because it very easily could be 21 or 20. You say you missed the extra point, you should be up 3 scores. And
Hounds have had opportunities here, but lead in this football game, and come on defense. You don't get burnt deep.
And he's looking to pass, and he's going to throw it deep. And they will throw the flag, pass interference.
He just jumps up in the air.
Well, I can tell you, I mentioned this earlier, I didn't get to finish my thought. It's going to be a game of penalties, guys. I can tell you already.
Pass interference is the call against Newport. Be first and 10, McGee.
We'll see more flags tonight, for sure.
First and 10 for the Owls, ball at the 32-yard line. There's snap, just going to go power underneath. Great pursuit by the Hounds.
Kaylon Hanley on the carry.
Gained about 2, but a real good defensive stand.
Clock moving with 2:10 to play in the quarter.
O'Shea Pruitt getting in on that tackle.
And you have those pre-snap penalties, and then you get a 5-yard punt. It sets those guys up in great field position. Hounds had a chance to kick them deep there with the wind at their back.
2nd and 8 for the Owls. And there's the snap. They're going to go outside. Great job by the Hounds again.
That tackle made by Alberto Garcia.
And they had 2 guys at the bottom of a screen and only 1 defender out there. Hounds might have sold out a little too quickly there.
3rd and 3 for McGee. Ball at the 25-yard line. And they go to the same play again. He's hitting the backfield. Great job by the Hounds. Going to bring up 4th down.
Probably lost a little there.
Making the tackle.
1 minute to play in the quarter. Hounds lead 6-0. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 3. Oh, what a spot. Hit him behind the 25-yard line. They give him a half yard. 4th down and a long 2. Can the Hounds hold? The Hounds have been dynamite in this situation all year. Can we penetrate and make a play?
And they go to it again, and it's stopped by the Greyhound defense.
And we can do.
That's right.
Hounds hold.
Big defensive stop. 24.1 to go here. Opening quarter. Hounds up 6-0.
Yeah, we're going to get back to pounding the football here. Fixing to change ends, and we'll lose the wind, but we will have at least one play here.
Great penetration right there for the Hound defense. Somebody just shot backside and made a great play. He just stuck his arm out and hit the guy in the foot, and then here come the Orange Swarm. Great job by, I believe it was Julius Clark on that play.
1st and 10 from our own 25.
Joe Brodus back in the ballgame to tailback. Here's the snap, and we go right to him. Joe has got a hold. Joe still on his feet. Joe Brodus still outside. Joe Brodus.
It should be a face mask.
Should be, but they do not call it. It's going to be a 1st down and more. Joe Brodus. Great running by Joe.
Garrett body out there blocking, and Joe got right in his hip pocket. On it, no doubt. What a face mask.
Yeah.
Hands look good running the football outside, getting the football outside.
When they take you down by your helmet, man, that'll be the last play of the first quarter. Hounds up 6-0.
And that brings us to the end of
And the football game is brought to you by Merchants and Planters Bank.
6 to McGee.
Locations throughout Northeast, North Central Arkansas. Norman Baker Pharmacy, by the Jackson's Funeral Home, by El Puente Restaurant, by the City of Newport, Newport Recycling Center, by Unity Health, Harris Medical Center, and by the Newport Economic Development Commission, the Bank of England Mortgage Company, Kenny Thaxton, Farmers Tire Mart, where the rubber meets the road, Robert Turner, financial advisor for Edward Jones, and Dr. Jeff Angel, orthopedic surgeon at the Medical Park Orthopedic Clinic in Batesville, also seeing patients in Newport. Skycap, Sky-Fi WhisperNet, $19.99. Ben Black's Used Cars and Ben Black's Lawn Care. White River Area Agency on Aging, and Sam's Diner in downtown Newport. Guys, you look at the first quarter and you really think we've missed some opportunities, but our defense has been stellar.
Yes, we have. I mean, you know, there's we left it on their end of the field a couple of times.
Hounds will start the quarter at their 47-yard line.
Here comes motion, snap, and Joe Brodus up the middle. Great running by Joe Brodus. I was watching McGee's sideline right there at the end of the quarter, and they took out a linebacker right there and brought in another defensive lineman. So,
you know, I think this is the first time all year, and me and Ben were just talking about it, that we've had more numbers than they have. I mean, they do not have a large number on the sideline.
2nd and 8 for the Hounds. There's the snap. And he's going to try to throw it deep to Garrett Body. Great catch by Garrett Body, but it is going to be a flag, and it's going to be offensive pass interference.
We'll see on the flag.
We're due one for it to go our way.
Hounds are backing up. And the sad part about that, you go back to the line of scrimmage, you mark off 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a difference in 10, 15, 30 yards.
Well, offensive pass interference against Newport.
We tried to go that down, up, back.
Down. Well, it's just good coverage. I mean, those guys have seen that.
Second and 25.
What it should be. We're at the 47.
We gained 2 on first down.
Good point.
And there's a snap going Joe Brodus. Joe Brodus still on his feet. Joe Brodus getting outside. Joe Brodus
on the carry. That tackle by Genesis.
Joe's going to get us back to the original line of scrimmage. Or very close to it.
And it's going to bring 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 10 or 11. It'll be 3rd down and 11 from the 46. We had 1st and 10 from the 47. 11-11 to play here in the first quarter, 6-0 in favor of the Greyhounds, and it's been penalties that have hurt the Hounds here in the first half, but still leading the football game 6-zip. Now we have to punt against the wind if we have to punt. But that's part of it. You just have to do that during half of the game.
There's a snap going Monquel Cox at tailback. Monquel trying to get outside. And they will throw a flag. And they're going to call it a holding on the Greyhounds.
Well, it's just going to be one of those nights where those guys are going to stay in the football game, and the officials are going to dominate the football game. I mean, sometimes you just got to let some of those go. But they have absolutely, maybe because of how they played, I mean, the ones that McGee have gotten were offsides penalty. I mean, the judgment calls, holding, and the pass interference penalties. And 11:05 to play here in the first half. And now it's third down. See, the guy is still standing there with the ball. He doesn't know what to do. You gotta.
He's asking.
So did we lose the?
I think they're asking him, do you have a choice?
And he's trying. The coach is to tell him, back him up.
Oh, they're.
They don't know what to do. They're very confused, guys. This is the second round of the playoffs, and we've got a crew, and we're not being critical, but we have a crew that is confused on some of the simplest deals of a holding call.
Because it's from the spot of the foul. They drop the flag. Count back 10.
I think what McGee might be saying is that do we have the option of taking the play, and these guys I don't think have a clue of what to do. You don't have to explain anything. Now the referee's going to go over and explain to Mark Hinesley. All right.
They're holding against Newport. Brings up third down.
Well, it's so important. They want to get it right. We understand that we want them to get it right. But it's going to be third down in at least 2022, I would guess, because would that be right? No.
Ball at the 35-yard line. O'Shea go motion. We're going to fake. Cash going to look deep. He does throw it deep, and a great job by the out defender to knock that one down.
Well, the Hounds will have to punt. Still leading 6-0. Clock stops with 11 minutes to go. This will be a short punt, you would think. McGee with 10 on the line of scrimmage. Need a good snap. And we got one.
Cash a low end-over-end punt. And we'll mark it at the 36-yard line for the Owls.
The wind stopped just before he punted. Kind of took a break.
A 28-29-yard punt, and that's not bad under the circumstances. So McGee's offense comes back on the field. The Hounds had a defensive stop on fourth down a while ago. Brian, you always talk about a clean game, and the first 13 minutes has been anything but that.
I mean, it's, we've made some mistakes, but boy, the officiating.
Well, they've just been in the game.
Didn't even notice them last week.
No, did not.
First and 10 for the Owls, ball at the 36-yard line.
The ball.
And he will jump on it.
Be second down for the Owls.
Make it 2nd and 11 for the Owls.
Bobbled snap, a loss, as Hayden says. 10:35 to play. First half, 6-0 in favor of the Greyhounds.
That's third time they put it on the ground tonight already.
Looking for a Newport Auto Body Shop collision of the week. I want to remind you about the Subway Coaches Report at the end of the contest and the George Kell Motor Company play of the game.
He's looking to pass. He throws it, and it's incomplete right through.
Pass is incomplete.
Receiver's hands.
And I don't know what we were looking at in the secondary. But it's incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 11. Let's hold them here, guys.
10-12 to go, second quarter. Hounds up 6-0. Down in southeast Arkansas, McGee, home of the Owls.
3rd and 11 for McGee here. There's the snap, trying to get outside his 8. He cuts it back up. No gain, make it 4th and 11. Another great defensive stop right there for the Newport Greyhounds.
Newport defense just simply been outstanding here. We're under 10 minutes to play, clock moving in the first half. The Hound offense has only gotten the 11-yard touchdown run from Joe Brodus from a score. We've had great field position in that, but we get some good positive plays, and we have some drives that are stopped because of some penalties.
I guarantee you they're starting to scratch their head, averaging 50 points a game and still scoreless here in the second quarter.
And there's the punt, going to be a low punt. And Garrett is going to let it go.
Hounds will start their own 14-yard line. That's a great punt with the wind. Kicking on a spiral. It kind of looked like a missile.
It's 9:26 to go here in the second quarter. Hounds going to take over on the 14-yard line, leading 6-0.
Greyhound boosters include Sophie's Jewels at 114 Ray Street, Purdy's Flowers and Gifts, McGehee Family Farms, Howard's Glass Company, Iberia Bank, Churchman Building Center, the Doyle Family Farms, Lou Allen and Company, Lou Allen Family and Company, and the John Minor Jr. Crop Insurance Company. 1st down and 10 Hounds. Come on, Hounds, let's bust that thing up in there.
We just complete one long pass. It's going to loosen them up a ton for our run game.
There's the snap. Joe Brodus is hitting the backfield. It's going to be a tackle for loss.
That's not by Ricky Morgan.
Guy came from the backside. We just didn't get a hat on him.
I'd like to see Garrett Body come all the way in motion right here.
Make those guys move a little bit. Hounds lose 1, 2nd down and 11.
There's the snap going back to Joe Brodus up the middle.
Brodus on the carry once again.
Bring up about a 3rd and 9.
Making a stop for the Owls, Ricky Morgan.
3rd and 8.
Number 61, Jack Murphy.
8:35, 3rd down and 8. Hounds 3 straight plays right up in there in the middle. Trying to get Joe some room.
And here comes Garrett in motion. We're going to fake and then go up the middle. And Joe Brodus is going to be short of a 1st down.
We'll bring up 4th down and a couple, and the Hounds will have to punt. You would think. .748, clock moving. 25-second clock is down to 10. The Hounds will run it down to much as they can, call timeout, and then discuss what they're going to do. I don't think they're going to go, but then again.
Timeout, Newport.
You know, when you have the football at your 22-yard line, you see the good shot. Thank you, Ben, for Coach Bradley and his crew right there talking about what they want to do. I mean, it's one of those, you know, Pulaski Academy never punts. They never, I mean, they just feel like they can get 2 yards every time, but it just has to be crisp execution, and you can't miss a block. I mean, you got to get a hat on a hat.
Running their system, and they run it.
And there's a lot of difference if you could get a 20-yard punt to the 42 as opposed to them getting it the ball at the 22. But then again, if you keep the football here, offense stays on the field. But I don't know what the call is. I would think maybe long call. You use a timeout. Don't know that you'll need any of them in the first half anyway. You can always long count. But coming out of the timeout, they'll do a long count, I think, and then have a play already put in. We'll see what happens.
Here's Joe lined up in the backfield.
And the Hounds do look to go for it. Here, 4th and a couple. And there's a snap, and we go Joe Brodus up the middle. And Joe Brodus fights, and he's going to get that first down, and that is a very, 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 very gutsy call.
You didn't think you was going to see that, did you?
Well, I really didn't. I really didn't. I'm glad we got the first down. But I do know this. It shows great confidence in your offensive line. And when you get those kids over there in that huddle, those kids are saying, look, guys, or look, Coach, we can get this thing. We can get a couple of yards. You know, percentage-wise, you go, well, is that the best percentage call? Well, with the Newport Greyhounds, it looks like it is.
Joe Brodus got over there and said, I can do this.
O'Shea in motion to the bottom of your screen. And there's the snap, and we go Monquel backside. Monquel getting outside. Monquel Cox going to be close to a first down.
First time he's touched the football, and he's got that speed part to him. Not that Joe doesn't, but Joe's the power back with some breakaway speed. But Monquel, first time he's touched the football tonight. We're 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. Hounds really haven't had a lot of offensive plays. But he got at least 8, maybe 9, and out of bounds.
7 minutes to go, second quarter. Hounds up 6-0.
He's the lightning part of the Thunder and Lightning. Cash is changing the play here. He's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. See how well we do.
There's the snap, and Monquel Cox. First down.
Again on the carry.
That's the safety that comes up and makes the play. Great call by Cash. Safety doesn't make that tackle. That's a touchdown.
That's what I was waiting to say it if you didn't. I was looking at you saying, here it comes.
That's just being the heady quarterback that Cash is. He came to the line of scrimmage and he saw a play that would work. More times than not, when he audibles, he gets us out of a bad play, and I'll explain more about that here in just a little bit, as opposed to getting us into a good play.
And there's the snap going Monquel again outside. Monquel Cox, great run again for Monquel.
And what I mean by that is Coach John Bradley will call a play on the sideline over there, and he says, look, I'm going to call this play because this play will work against this defense, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to be in this defense. Well, if they all of a sudden change, if they change the defense, and then Cash looks at that, he goes, well, the play that we called from the sideline won't work against that because they changed defense, so he changes the play. He gets us out of a bad play into a good play. Heady job by Cash Forrester.
2nd and 6 for the Hounds. There's the snap going Joe Brodus up the middle. And Joe Brodus will be tackled for a loss.
Bringing up a big third down with 6:17 to go, second quarter. 6-0 your Greyhounds. Second round of the AAA playoffs. Fighting for that right to have coffee and donuts on Thursday morning. These kids did not know what that meant until last year, and now it means something to them.
Hounds back to the 41-yard line, 3rd down and 7.
And Cash is going to get it off, and Julius Clark's going to be drugged back, and it's going to be a big loss for the Hounds.
Cash was under pressure and threw a ball that we had to come back and get because he threw it directly into the wind. Just the way the wind was blowing.
Him and Joe went opposite sides right there, and I think Joe was supposed to actually pick up the outside guy, and Joe went left and Cash went right.
5:15 to go. Let's get just a better than average punt here.
Once again, bringing 10 men. Foster with the snap. Forrester, low end over end punt. Going to be a good punt.
That is great right there. That's fantastic punt.
That's flipping the field right there.
Absolutely.
4:52 to go, second quarter.
34-yard punt against the wind. Just doing the old rugby style without running to do the rugby, but the end-over-end kick, and boy, it got a great bounce for the Hounds. So the Hound defense will be back on the field with 4:52. Can the Hounds hold the McGee Owls a whole half without scoring here? My goodness gracious, these guys average nearly 50 a game. High assignment, as Coach Hansley says. Keep your eyes where they're supposed to be.
1st and 10 for the Owls, ball at the 29. There's the snap. Power running. Going to pick up 6 on the play.
That's not made by number 32, Julius.
Sam Nicholson Farms, Glass Plus, located at 111 Highway 367 North. Mark Manning, Shelter Insurance, B&T Batteries. B&T Battery, but you can get one of your batteries at B&T Battery. The battery guys. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 4.
And another flag on the play. We'll see. It's going to be offsides defense.
Offsides against the Greyhounds.
And it'll give the Owls a first down.
Didn't see the Hounds jump. Obviously, the Hounds had to have lined up all sides.
1st and 10 Owls.
Need a stop here. 4:10, clock moving. First half, Hounds lead 6-0. Scored on an 11-yard touchdown run. Joe Brodus after these guys fumbled their first play of the game. Dead tee.
There's snap, going to give it 6. 6 trying to get outside. Great swarm right there for Julius and Garrett body. And Mark knock him out of bounds.
Pick up about 4.
Clock stops, 3:51 to play in the half. Watch these guys throwing the football here. 7 out of the backfield. Here he comes. He's the guy in the wing.
And just a dive up the middle, going to be 3rd down and short.
Great tackle by O'Shea Pruitt. 3:44 to go, second quarter. Hounds still up 6-0. Going to bring up a 3rd and 2 on their own 48.
Big 3rd down and 2 here. And the McGee Owls will call the timeout.
Well, you call a timeout because it's a crucial play for these guys on 3rd down and 2, and they want to make sure that they get it right. They have the football at their own 48-yard line, 3:23 to play in the half, 6-0 in favor of the Greyhounds. And not a pretty game by any stretch of the imagination, and it hadn't been just a defensive battle. I mean, just a lot of penalties that have helped McGee's defense. We've stopped ourselves. McGee hadn't really stopped us. Penalties have hurt us in each drive. And you have to handle the wind. I mean, you have to, they played with the wind against them in the first quarter. We're playing with us against the second quarter.
Mallory Pombiaki. Kinsley Burdan.
Just need a stop, force a punt.
Catherine Cox.
And the way their defense is playing, you don't know that if you held them to no gain here that they wouldn't go for it. They have a lot of confidence in their offense, too.
And there's the snap going to 4. He will get the first down.
The clock will stop as they move the chains. First down for the Owls.
Atkins up 21-6 in the second quarter over Elkins. The winner of this game takes on the winner of that game.
And the sponsor, Miss Amanda McGraw.
Osceola up 13-0 on Prescott.
Wow, good. first down and 10 here at the 48. The Hounds 48. Split receiver at the top of your screen.
And 2 is going to throw.
There's a hold.
He's scrambling. Great job, O'Shea Pruitt, to get after him. And it's going to be an incomplete pass.
2:50 to play. Tremendous pressure by O'Shea.
Rivercrest up 8-0 over Melbourne. Mayflower 27-8 over Smackover.
And there is a flag now on the play.
That should have been holding.
What is the official?
It can't be intentional grounding. I think he got outside the tackle box, didn't he?
I don't think they.
And it is.
I don't think that's a rule in high school, though, is it? Being outside the tackle box? I don't know. Ask him.
I don't know either. But you would think that it'd be the same.
How the rules in high school and college and all different and pros and I don't know. I read the rules in 84, 85. Haven't read them since, but I've still been broadcasting. I don't know, but I like the call.
Well, they've got a majority of them tonight going for them, so.
Well, they're going to have some discussion. You know, I don't know. I don't know, but I do know this. I mean, there's been some penalties that if it is intentional grounding, you have to call it. If it is holding, you got to call it. If it is a block in the back, you got to call it.
Well, what they didn't see is he threw it just about the hash, and they ran him into the ground over there. Because Zane Watkins was getting held the whole time trying to get to the quarterback.
I assume that McGee called timeout here, maybe?
To have a conference with the officials, yes.
Or no?
I never saw a signal for a timeout.
Yeah.
When did he play football?
Well, PA announced it. Yeah, he said timeout by McGee.
There's no point in going out there and arguing with officials, stopping it, because it's not going to change.
No, even if they got it wrong, they're not going to change it. So it should be second down, and they have to get the football to the 38-yard line. So what yard line are they on here? They have to get 12 on this side.
Yeah, they've marked it on the 38 of this side. Should be second 24.
24. Yeah, second down and 24. They've got.
Well, we got it going on here.
Come on, defense.
There's a snap.
Ball.
Double handoff.
And a fumble.
Now he's going to pick it up, and he's just going to look to go, and he has nowhere to go. And there comes the swarm. Great job. And why don't you call a timeout right here?
We need to call a timeout, no doubt about it. And I say no doubt about it for the second time tonight. But you call a timeout here.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. That's correct. It's absolutely instead of no doubt about it, isn't it? What is it that I say?
Absolutely.
It is. Absolutely it is. Hounds elect not to call timeout. We'll call one if we hold them here.
I think we just did.
Timeout, Newport.
.2:16 to go, second quarter. Hounds up 6-0.
Well, I'm glad we got it called. I mean, I guess the guys over discussed and said we probably need to call one.
Yep. That leaves us one for the rest of the half.
And again, it's one of those deals where the timeouts are not as important offensively as they are defensively because you can control your own timeouts.
Absolutely.
As slow as this group has been setting the ball for play, I can't blame them for taking that one. Because, I mean, they have taken all night to discuss it, to spot it. The poor guy, and the line judge in the center, he don't know where to put it. I mean, I feel for him. I mean, I don't know what he does, regularly on Friday nights, but I know what he don't do.
Here's the thing. When there is a penalty, the umpire, never mind.
He's got to take charge.
Absolutely.
This is his field.
Yeah. He marks it off. They say it's a holding penalty. He said, well, where was it from? Referee tells him, marks it off. Hold them here, guys. Don't get beat deep, guys.
Third Newport.
We need to We need to back up. We're press coverage and at the top. We just hand it off.
And they just hand it off up the middle.
And we'll call another one. We'll call another timeout here.
And yet.
That tackle made by Julius Clark.
And it'll take them forever to, oh, they finally got it marked. So we're going to get it with a minute and a half to go with the timeout.
Garrett body going back.
.25-second clock down to 2-1. They get it off. We got to try to return this. We do. We're going backwards. Now we'll come back this way and we got a wall.
Garrett body still out. Great block right there. Garrett body across the 50. Garrett body around the 35-yard line, and they're going to throw the flag.
O-shape.
Julius
He just manhandled a guy dead in the back. I mean, now you can see
there's 3 flags on the play.
Oh, everybody here saw it. Y'all was following the runner.
4.
He got his money's worth.
4
He got his money's worth, I promise you. You'll look at that on the play, on the replay, and you'll say, yeah, he did.
Well, it cost the Hounds great field position. Not there, just if they tackled him up here at the 40-yard line, because we're going to have to go back 15 yards from there. They're going to huddle. They're going to discuss it. Guys, it's an illegal block in the back, penalty against the Greyhounds. It's down here at the 40-yard line. You mark the penalty off from there. It's 1st down and 10 going the other way. There's a minute 18 to play in the quarter. No more discussion.
But the official has now made them get behind them, pushing them back that way.
Maybe there's offsetting penalties.
We'll implement the Gene rule.
The Gene Grass rule is now in effect. There'll be no talking about the officials.
I just vetoed it.
My fault, Mr. Gene.
It was vetoed. And Mr. Gene, I won't be in church Sunday, but catch you next Sunday.
You just... offsetting penalties. He called holding and illegal block. So the Hounds had the football at the 40-yard line again. And I'm glad they got together and discussed it because there was offsetting penalties.
No. Now what are they doing?
He's going to have to tell the umpire to come back. No. You can't have offsetting penalties.
And lose 5 yards.
Especially if you have live ball, dead ball. If you have live ball, dead ball, it's offsetting penalties, and you do the punt again. If it's live ball, dead ball, you get the benefit of getting the dead ball penalty marked off against those guys after you get the live ball. Here we go. Let's go 30-yard line.
Joe Broadus hit. Big hit right there.
Dalton's down.
Going to be a loss for the Hounds.
He got hit in the back.
Dalton Phillips, one of those guys who plays his heart out every single game and every single play.
One minute to play here, and Dalton is down. And boy, it was a big hit on Joe Broadus, but looked like maybe Dalton might have taken the brunt of the hit. They had a corner blitz coming, and we just keep it right here. He's going to be okay.
One minute to go.
And what the Hounds,
second quarter.
What the Hounds don't want to do
is give the ball back.
Give the ball back to these guys.
Because they've got 2 timeouts left.
I still don't understand did they not call a holding penalty on those? And I cannot see. I'm
they signaled
blind.
something.
I thought they said holding on those guys.
Clock is rolling. 2nd and 14 for the Hounds. And we go back. Joe Brodus up the middle.
I think Hounds are going to try to be content now. Those guys will call. They'll use their 2 timeouts here.
Stopped by Jack Murphy.
To try to make the Hounds punt.
Timeout, McGee.
Apparently they have 2 left. They didn't get charged with a timeout when they had the several-minute discussion. I'm still going back to that call. Not that I'm questioning them, but I don't know what happened because I thought he signaled holding on those guys.
Well, if something didn't happen, then there shouldn't have been a 30-minute conference.
Well, that is correct.
Because it was an easy block in the back. Nobody can argue that one on our 40.
Well, they came back and marked it off from the 40 and marked off 10 yards.
Yeah.
And so
that's an easy call. I don't know enough about nothing, but I know that.
And it's not our job to referee. We understand that. We understand, and we're not trying to be critical against these guys who work very hard for what they do. But you see a crew last week that
didn't know they were there.
Yeah, didn't know they were there. And of course, let me tell you what, penalties against Newport have been there. They've all been there.
There's the snap going back. Joe Brodus up the middle.
Brodus on the carry.
And they will call their 3rd and final timeout.
Timeout, McGee. That stop made by Carson Matheny and Ricky Morgan.
So the Hounds will have to punt here.
29.2 to go. Up 6-0, second quarter.
If you're McGee, you have a couple of options here. You can set up the return. You can go full out 11-man, try to block it. And the Hound offense remains on the field. I hear Coach Heisley hollering over there, did they have another timeout? Thought they called one when the PA guy said timeout by McGee. I don't think they officially called a timeout. I don't think that the field did. He may have, but I don't think the field did. That's what Coach Hansley is talking about here. Hounds just need to punt, get it away, and
the punt team will come out for the Greyhounds.
Now we're going to timeout.
And our 25-second clock is run down to 0. And they are going to bump it up. Okay, here we go. McGee's going to bring 10 again. There's the snap.
Great punt.
Great punt to keep it away from him, and it's going to let it keep rolling.
You let it roll, guys. It's all right.
Make them blow it dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
20.2 to go. Second quarter, Hounds up 6-0. Again, like last week, I promise you, nobody thought this would be the score. With a team that's averaging almost 50 points a game.
Hounds will be in prevent here. Finally, Tyrell will go back. He's 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. Still playing press coverage on the receivers.
There's the snap. He's going to look to throw it deep. Well, that quarterback has got an arm.
Well, you got to remember, he's got 50-mile-an-hour wind behind him, too. 14.7 to go.
I'm not so sure that the official didn't start the clock.
A little early.
How much time was on the clock?
20 seconds.
Oh, 20. I thought it was 20 now. Okay,
20.2 seconds.
Okay. I can't see. I just can't see. But I feel good.
Here comes motion. Fake. Quarterback going to look to throw again. Steps up. Now he's going to have to run. Great open field tackle, Julius Pruitt.
And that's going to do it.
That'll end the first half of play. It's been a half that the Newport Greyhounds are going to go into the locker room and say, guys, I'm happy we're up 6-0. We didn't play very well, but we're on the road and we shut out a football team that's averaging, just like Brian said, nearly 50 points. Just we got to quit making the mistakes. Fireworks are blowing. Hounds lead at 6-0, and Richard Buffalo at the Scott Wood Ram Truck Center is next. Welcome to halftime here at McGehee, Arkansas. We don't know what's going on out there in the first half. We hope the second half's going to be as good as what it was last week down at Glen Rose. But more importantly right now, we're going to talk about pickup trucks. We got a beautiful orange-looking Newport Greyhound. Not Newport Greyhound orange, but it is beautiful, Richard Buffalo.
It
How are
is.
you, my friend?
I'm doing good. You?
Good. Scott Wood Ram Truck Center. Look at this beautiful, beautiful, and different unit right here. Tell us about it.
Yeah, this is the 2017 Ram 1500 Sport in Sublime Green. We have had an orange color in the past, and hopefully when it comes back out again, we'll get one of those too. But just a real unique truck. Got the flat black hood decal. Green everywhere.
It's green everywhere. It's pretty. There's no doubt about it. And we just wanted to quickly show you this particular unit. We're going to show you some units here this evening on the football game. And listen, folks, do a little business with Scott Wood right here at the Ram Truck Center in Newport, Arkansas. Great selection of used vehicles. We got a bunch of them coming up, Richard, and great inventory
really
on our website.
Yep.
Hey, don't forget, Scott Wood Ram Truck Center, Newport, Arkansas, and the website is
ScottWoodChrysler.com.
Richard Buffalo, my friend, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Show you some vehicles right here.
Here we have a 2014 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited 24S Sport Package, automatic, hard top, 45,000 miles. You're looking at $29,500. Great Jeep at a great price. 14 GMC Sierra Z71 Crew Cab, four-wheel drive, got your side steps, spray-in bed liner. It's only got just right about 14,000 miles on it, $33,500. This truck's like a brand new truck. Here we've got a 2009 Dodge Challenger RT B5 Blue. Real unique color. This car's only got 21,000 miles on it. You're looking at $23,000 for a piece of history right here. Here we have a 14 Dodge Durango SXT all-wheel drive. You're looking at around $23,820. Third row seats, bucket second row, great family car. Come check it out. Here we have a 2014 Chevrolet Tahoe four-wheel drive, second row bench, third row seats, looking at 60,000 miles, $28,500. Really nice Tahoe. Here we have a 13 Ram 1500 Sport four-wheel drive, bucket seats, spray-in bed liner, air suspension. Looking at $30,000. This truck's only got 58,000 miles. It's also got a sunroof, so I mean, this is a nice luxury truck. These are just a few of the pre-owned vehicles that we have here at the Scott Wood Ram Truck Center. Come by and see us or check it out on the web, ScottWoodChrysler.com.
Second half, and here we go. Thanks, Richard Buffalo and Hayden Schultz, Brian Prince, Ben Black. Our other tag team partner, Dan Klepechka. I hope he can join us this coming Friday night when the Hounds will be on the road if this lead holds up. 6-0 Greyhounds. Brian, in a half when we didn't play real well.
Our defense did.
But our defense was outstanding. Talk a little bit about the first half.
Yeah, our defense bowed their back. Every time there was any adversity, they bowed their back and shut them down. The Crush is back. The Swarm is back. Call it what you want. They're back playing this week in a shutout ball game. And I guarantee you that team scratched their head this last 20 minutes during halftime going, what in the devil do we got to do to score, because we should have 25 by now because we're averaging 50 points a game.
Hayden?
Well, we're going to have to come out and do the same thing defensively, but offense has got to get together here because this team is going to score this second half. I honestly believe that. Our defense has done a great job. but a team that does average 50 points. They're going to try to put it together, and we're going to have to get on the board right here, come out with a stop, get a score, and let's put this game away early.
Yeah, and the Hounds are going to kick, and they'll be kicking against the wind for the third quarter, so the Hounds will have the football with the wind in the fourth quarter. That was their choice there. So you expect these guys to get pretty good field position here. But the Newport defense has been outstanding, and it's all about, I go back to turnovers. You know, those guys fumbled on the first play of the game at the 11-yard line. We take it in. The Hounds were down there a couple other times and couldn't take advantage of it. But the penalty flag, and we're not saying that they weren't infractions, but the penalty flag was just heavy laundry in the first half. And this is the Harris Ford kickoff to start the second half, and with that second half play-by-play, here's Hayden Schultz.
Rolando Noguez. And they are going to throw the flag. And it's going to be offsides on the kicking team here.
There they are again.
Picking up right where they left off, the stripes.
Flag on the play. Offside.
Well, you have to, as you're a player, and I know what Coach Hansley said at the half. He was just saying, guys, look, we're in the lead right here. We're okay. Keep playing defense. Let's overcome some of our mistakes and get after it right here. Their deepest guys at the 32-yard line.
And Rolando going to kick it another high.
Anybody's ball.
And he will jump on it.
Out at the 42-yard line. Would be first and 10.
At the 42-yard line for McGee.
Well, what a gamble on their part, letting that ball hit the ground.
George Kell Motor Company player of the game, the Subway coaches report following the broadcast. A very winnable football game here for the Hounds. If the Hounds could continue to play defense the way they did in the first half. You can't give up the big play.
First and 10 for the Owls. There's the snap, just going dive up the middle. He breaks the tackle. Great run by that guy. First down for the Owls.
Just going to come out and try to run smash mouth football at us.
That's what these guys have done all year.
First down.
Coach Hinsley preaches on, read your keys at the linebacking position. Read your keys and it'll take you to the ball.
Big gain for those guys on first down. Overload this time.
And they go back to it, a dive up the middle. Great tackle by Julius Clark.
Got a pickup of 3 right there.
Julius Pruitt on the tackle. Sorry.
By number 56.
Third quarter, Hounds lead 6-0 here.
For the Greyhounds.
And these guys in Greyhound territory at the 39-yard line. Second down and 7 coming up.
There's the snap. Going to hand it off. He's going to try to get outside. Great tackle right there for the Hounds. Alberto Garcia hit him first, and Garrett Body going to bring him down.
Going to bring up a third and almost 4. Right here where the defense has really bowed their backs all year long.
Dalton Phillips back in the football game. Of course, he got some help off the field there late in the second quarter.
Hounds look to bring pressure. There's the snap, going dive play. Great job by the Hound defense. Alberto Garcia timing it up. Great tackle by Alberto.
And Luke Samaniello also in there on the tackle. And now fourth down and closer to
5 now.
Yes.
10:08 to go, third quarter. Hounds up 6-0. Opening possession of the third quarter for the McGee Owls.
Watch the quarterback faking and carrying the football to the short side of the field back this way.
And a handoff trying to get outside. Great job by the Hound defense.
They held.
He is going to be short.
Again, the Newport Greyhound defense on fourth down, and have they not been simply outstanding?
Yep, that's flipping the field right there.
The first and 10 Newport.
Great defensive stand right there to start the second half. 9:46 to go.
Defense been playing lights out all night long. You have to have a long drive right here and go get 6 on the board.
usually the first 5 minutes of the third quarter dictates the rest of the ball game.
You look at the guys that play in the defensive line for those guys, 34, 33, 20, 24, 8. They don't have a lot of big, husky linemen, just a lot of real quick guys that can really get in the backfield.
1st and 10 for the Hounds. Here's the snap. Go to Monquel. Monquel trying to get outside. Monquel spins off a tackle. Monquel going to be brought down at the original line of scrimmage. Make it 2nd and 10.
Give him the start here in the third quarter.
Hounds don't get anything on that play. So we'll bring up 2nd down and 10 with 9:20 to play in the third quarter. Hounds up 6-0. Going against the wind this quarter.
Ball at the 34-yard line. O'Shea motion. Here's the snap. Now we're going Monquel trying to get outside. Monquel going to pick up a few on the play.
On the carry. Tripped up by Carter Hawkins.
He got more than that.
Man, what a spot. Third down.
Terrible.
3rd and 8 now.
If you can tell, the wind has picked her up dramatically tonight. 8:40 and counting, third quarter, 6-0 Hounds.
Try to go dead count there. Does not fall for it.
Timeout, Newport.
And we do get a timeout before the play clock expires.
Not so sure that they even, I guess they did set the 25-second clock. My goodness gracious, but Cash very alertly calling timeout. 3rd down, short 8 coming up right here. 8:26 to play here in the third quarter. We lead 6-0, and it's just been a defensive battle. It's just been two defensive just going after each other. The Hounds scored on an 11-yard touchdown run on their 2nd offensive possession after those guys fumbled on their first play of the football game at their own 11-yard line. Hounds taking in 11 yards for a touchdown.
I'm beginning to question, did they set the 25-second clock? Because that's just not been one of our issues all year long. Cash has managed the clock real well.
And Joe Brodus checking into the ball game. There's the snap. Cash going to look to pass. Cash has got Zaywin. Great catch by Zaywin. We'll see where they mark it. It looks like it's going to be enough.
Well, it's going to be close. Nope, he's signaling.
1st down, Hounds. Big catch by Zaywin. Great throw by Cash Forster. Moving the chains. You know, you talk about, do you throw, do you not throw? Cash is so good throwing the football. Even against the wind, you got to try something to loosen these guys up a little.
You know, Zaywin had some big catches last week on the same route.
Yes, he did. And it was the yards after catch that got him the 1st down.
Yes, sir.
1st and 10 for the Hounds. Trips the top of your screen. Going to throw the bubble to Garrett. Garrett going to get outside. Garrett body still on his feet. Garrett body going to give him 5. Great job. That's how you open up the field, and great job by John Bradley coming out this second half.
And that's big, getting that 1st down, you know, to kind of give us some momentum, because we kind of stalled out there in the second quarter.
And you have a big 1st down play that you get at least 5, possibly 6. You got 6, 2nd down and 4 coming up.
There's a snap going Joe Brodus up the middle. And
They're just tripping him at the line of scrimmage. He has not been able to stay on his feet after he makes the hole. Any other time, he's, you know, walking across the end zone.
Hounds 3rd down and a 1 to go. Not and a 1, but 1. 7 minutes to play third quarter. 6-0 Greyhounds. Come on, Hounds. Let's have a time-consuming touchdown drive right here. Watch the blitz. Here it comes. Now they back away from it.
And Joe gonna get the first down. Great job, Joe Brodus and the offensive line. Give it a push.
By Ricky Morgan and Jack Murphy.
The official closer to us, he spots it a whole lot faster than the rest of the group. I mean, he was immediately signaling first down for the Greyhounds.
6:40 clock moving, 6:35, third quarter, 6-0 Hounds, already with a couple of first downs here into Owl territory at the 45. Positives, guys, especially on first down.
Here's Joe Brodus trying to get outside. Joe Brodus, another great run. Dalton Phillips leading the way.
Gain of about, 7.
Nice run by Brodus, going left. Coach Bradley mixing it up, both sides.
Yep, they bring him back. Gain of 6.
Who would have thought it?
2nd and 4, ball at the 39-yard line for the Hounds. There's snap going, Joe back up the middle. Joe is met.
Brodus on the carry.
Didn't get any.
That was number 72 for the Owls, Elijah Reeves.
3rd and 4 coming up with 5:35 to play in the third quarter. Can the Hounds get a little push here?
Dead call does not fool the Owls.
Plenty of time on the play clock, 12 seconds.
And Julius Clark in close, almost at tight end, so watch that. Here's the snap, and we go Joe Brodus up the middle. And Joe Brodus.
Well, I can bet you we're going to go for it when we've gone for it on the 22-yard line.
It was 4th down and at least a long 3, maybe even a short 4. They have to get the football to the 35, so it's about 3 yards to go. Have to get it over the line, and the Hounds are going. Here we go.
Bunch set for the receiving. Cash go dead play, do not fall for it. Here's the snap, and we go back. Joe Brodus. And Joe Brodus, it's going to be close,
Yep,
and they will give it to him.
This guy says yes,
Yes.
First down. Hounds twice tonight going for it on 4th down, one time down at their 20-something yard line.
22.
Newport.
3rd first down for the Hounds here on this drive, and moving some clock and gaining some real estate. 4:20 to play in the third quarter. The Hounds lead 6-0.
Trips to the top of your screen. Zaywin Smith by himself at the bottom. Here's the snap. We're going to look to pass. He's going to throw it deep, and there's nobody there.
That pass is incomplete.
It is incomplete.
4:05 to go, third quarter. Hounds still up 6-0. They have strung together 3 or 4 first downs here.
They're pretty good athletically at their cornerback position, hitting us at the line of scrimmage sometimes and keeping us from getting downfield. I don't know if that was the case that time. I didn't see it. But it's 2nd down and 10.
Here comes Garrett in motion, and we will give it to Garrett outside. And Garrett will lose about 6 on the play.
Oh, great play by their safety.
He has closing speed because he closed and closed fast.
Well, that backs the Hounds up to 3rd down and 15, maybe 16.
We've got to get down into the 24. Don't have to get it all right here, just cut it in half.
There's a snap. Cash going to look to pass. Cash has got time. Cash throws it, and it is incomplete.
We had 2 receivers standing side by side and 4 defenders all in the same area. Not a big chance there, so a punting situation for the Hounds come up. 3:19 to play in the third quarter, 6-0. We need a good boot here.
In the past 3 or 4 weeks, the Hounds have ran that jet sweep and a counter off of it to Joe Brodus. Maybe go fake jet sweep, and the safety's going to come up that hard. You run somebody right in the middle of the field.
They've got 10 on the line of scrimmage, and do they come?
There's the snap by Foster. They will come. Low end over end kick. He will pick it up. He's trying to get outside.
Flag on the field.
Still on his feet. And the Hounds will bring him down. And Brian said there is a flag on the field at the 25-yard line.
We'll wait and see what it is. A lot of times, you know, they're discussing it. Holding against those guys.
Gonna put them back at the 10-yard line.
So the Hounds have definitely turned the field. And you can't relax right here. Here's where you got to play.
You like you talked about last week. This is where you dig inside.
You got to dig. You got to find something here. Come on, Hounds.
There's a snap. Just going to go dive up the middle. Great job by the Hound defense.
Great swarm there. Crush swarm. 2:56 to go. Third quarter. Hounds up 6-0. Last time they were pinned deep, they fumbled. They got nervous.
That wouldn't bother me here.
Not at one bit.
2:35 to play in the third quarter. 6-0 Greyhounds. Second down and 7 from the 12. 13 make it.
There's a snap. He's trying to get outside. Cuts back in. Going to be 3rd and 4 for the Owls.
Across the 15 to the 16.
A big down right here. This keeps the field flopped if we can shut them down.
Watch that quarterback pulling it and running it.
I bet you number 7 is involved in this somehow.
Yeah, he's the go-to guy.
Here comes motion. They will hand it to 7, trying to get outside. Great job, O'Shea Pruitt. Brian called it, and O'Shea stopped it.
That's right.
O'Shea Pruitt made the tackle.
At the 15, no gain, so with 1:40 to go, these guys will get to punt for their last time.
You know, every team has that sure hand, that feel, that mule. That right there, I guarantee you that's why they give it to him.
I was going to say, last time against the wind, or with the wind here. Wind's really a cross breeze now. It's blowing towards our fans, our stands. Garrett Body is back at his own 44-yard line.
Snap, and they will fake. And he's going to get outside, and he will get a first down and more. He's still on his feet, cutting back cross field. Still on his feet. Hounds are chasing him. He's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown by the Owls.
A fake punt and 85 yards. 85 yards on the fake punt. You could see our guys take off running with their guys. Nobody out there. We had nobody to cover, and a great call from these guys to get an 85-yard touchdown run on a fake punt. A gutsy call. And a huge extra point coming up.
These are going for 2.
Wow. Our defense has been so good tonight.
They will go for 2. Here comes motion. 4 is going to get it. We'll wait for the signal.
No
good.
Did not get in.
And it is still 6-6.
Big time right there.
With 57 seconds left in the third quarter. That is a big play right there for the Hounds, especially after the 85-yard fake punt touchdown.
Well, it's the only big positive play, chunk play, that McGee has had tonight, and boy, was it a chunk of a chunk. 85 yards.
You know, I've seen a lot, but I saw their head coach chewing some butts out right there. He was not happy. I don't know what they didn't. I know they didn't make it, but
you just got to hope that you can get a little momentum back even after the stop right there. Simply, even with that, these guys have a lot of momentum.
Yep, 57 seconds to go, third quarter. We're all tied at 6 now. Been saying 6-0 since the first quarter.
Yeah, early on in the game. You have to watch for the short kick. Their defense has been outstanding also. We are tied at 6. Can the Hounds muster some offense here? First of all, you got to make a play here on this kickoff.
And a high kick, and we will fair catch it. And Julius Pruitt does fair catch it at the 45-yard line.
Right at the 45-yard line.
That thing got hung up in the wind.
Great field position again for the Hounds.
Hounds have had wonderful field position all night long, other than a couple of occasions, but generally speaking, 80% of the time, 8 out of their 10 drives have started in great field position. So let's see if the Hounds can muster some offense here, and we haven't had a scoring play since early in the first quarter.
We need our offensive line to pin their ears back, get some push.
You just got to make blocks here, and this is one of those, do you have what it takes down deep to get it done?
There's the snap, and we go Joe Brodus up the middle. Joe Brodus pick up of 3.
Boy, they're coming so hard from the secondary. Their linebackers are playing aggressively.
I just know Coach Bradley's fixed to pull something out of his playbook that they're not going to be expecting. We're under 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
There's the snap. Go back to Joe Brodus up the middle.
Brodus on the carry.
Well, they're hitting him low. When he gets into secondary, they're hitting him low and making the tackle. They're doing their job. But Joe Brodus gets us into a third and short situation.
Last play of the third quarter right there. Going to go into the fourth, all tied at 6.
Well, the Hounds won the first half 6-0, and these guys win the third quarter 6-0 based on it was 85. It was from the 15, was it not?
84.
84.
It was from the 84.
From the 16 then.
Yep.
An 84-yard fake punt. Wow, you don't see many fake punts for touchdowns from 84 yards because most people don't fake punt them from down there.
There was just nobody out there.
Hounds have a good drive going here. Getting a first down. They got great field position to start the fourth quarter. And again, a very, very winnable game. But you're going to have to put points on the board, obviously. Hounds will have what wind there is. I mean, it's a cross breeze. It's blowing out of the southwest, really more out of the west right now. I don't know if you can see the orange flag over there on our stands, but boy, that shows it out of the due south. But the Hounds have the football in the Owls' territory at the 47-yard line, and it's second down and 2. We've been able to gain yardage. We just hadn't been able to bust a chunk yard play very often. Sure tackling defense by McGee.
3rd and 2 for the Hounds. There's the snap, and we go Monquel Cox. Monquel, it's going to be close to a first down.
They're marking it. He's marking it.
That tackle made by Parker Carter.
Well, if it's touching the nose, it's a first down because we started on the 45.
And the wind blew it somewhere. They're going to mark it a little short of the 45, so it's 4th down and inches.
We have an official time on the
Now they're going to measure.
Back.
Yeah, it was touching the
It was touching the white line.
Well, there's no need to measure. If it's not touching the white line, it's not a first down.
Well, I think look at it. This angle's bad.
Yeah, but I mean, it was on the white line before it rolled off.
Yes.
Yeah, the wind blew it off is what we're saying there. We'll just stretch them out and see.
Boy,
That's 6 inches.
Big round, 4th down for the Greyhounds.
Well, here comes Cash.
Well, it's 4th down. The Hounds have gone on 4th down twice tonight and made it. You would expect a quarterback sneak from under center. Let's see, can the Hounds get 6 inches? 4th and 6 inches.
Everybody in. Cash.
Yep. Yes, he got it for
That
sure.
will be a first down. This coach is all over the field. It's a first down, no question.
Forrester on the carry.
First down, Hounds, 11:40 to play in the football game, 6-6.
I'm not sure what that coach was jumping up and down about. I mean, Cash falls forward for
6'4".
Yeah.
Can the Hounds sustain an offense against this scrappy McGee Owl defense?
1st and 10, we go to Joe Brodus. Joe Brodus. Joe Brodus.
Got a
First down. Great job, Joe Brodus.
Back and Darius Lewis.
11-16 and counting in the 4th quarter. All tied at 6.
That is enough for a first down. They'll move the chains
1st and 10, Newport.
at the 34-yard line.
The two teams that they would be playing against right now, Atkins 27-24 over Elkins, so they're in a dogfight too.
First and 10, here's the snap. Monquell tripped up in the backfield. Just lost his footing.
He was rolling.
Well, you can't have negatives, and even though that's not a negative, it's not a positive on first down, but just a mistake and just an unfortunate mistake on the Hounds there. We didn't mean to slip, but we get 1 2nd down and 9, if any. Can the Hounds move the chains again here?
Here's snap. Cash looking to pass.
Great
Great
catch.
job. Julius Clark, who's been the difference maker in the receiving game for the Hounds.
Yeah, that guy was just a step away. I mean, he was trying to take it away from him.
Well short of a first down. It puts us in a 3rd down and 4.
There's a snap trying to get Monquell outside. Big hit right there by number 7 for the Owls.
He's the safety.
9:34 and counting, 4th quarter. Hounds up with a 4th and 6.
Hounds are going to go.
Here's snap. Cash looking to pass. Cash rifles one over the middle and it is incomplete. That'll be a turnover on downs, and McGee will take the ball with the momentum in the football game.
Yeah, they have a lot of momentum here. Their offense has not put points on the board. They have struggled to move the football against this Greyhound defense. But we were talking at the half that, boy, even though we were up 6-0, we hadn't played well. You get on the road. We thought we were the better football team at the half. Well, now we got to win a football game here. Give McGee's defense, boy, it's just been a defensive battle all night. 6-6, we're tied at 6.
There's a snap, just a dive up the middle. He breaks the tackle. Still on his feet, going to be pickup of 9.
7's over at the sideline and saying, next time I'm in, give me the football. 8:50 to play here in the football game. And we're tied at 6.
2nd and 1, ball at the 39-yard line.
And Hounds will jump off sides. Boy, the momentum has certainly swung to the McGee Owls, but you just have to take that momentum away.
8:35 and counting, fourth quarter.
We're tied at 6. An 84-yard touchdown, touchdown on a fake punt. Only points for McGee.
Here's snap, gonna go outside. He cuts it back up.
No hands on the carry.
At least 5. McGee's going to try to do what Newport did last week.
Number 24.
Have about a 9-minute drive, but their goal is to take it the distance and score. Hound defense has been salty all night. Second 5. Second 6.
There's a snap, gonna go underneath, handoff. Gonna be short. Make it 3rd and 2 for the McGee Owls. Another big 3rd down for the Hound defense.
Alberto Garcia made the stop.
7 minutes 23 seconds. Fourth quarter.
Playing 3+ quarters, and their offense has not scored tonight. Wow, averaging nearly 50 a game. But they do have 6 on the board.
3rd and a long one. There's snap, and they go underneath. He will have a first down and more.
Get out there, Reed on the carry.
Well, it's a battle of wills right here. It's a battle of wills. Under 7 to play. These guys on an excellent drive, wanting a time-consuming touchdown drive, and they're getting big chunks on first down. As important as fourth downs are, first downs are usually bigger at this stage of the game.
1st and 10, there's the handoff. 4 will pick up about 3 on the play.
That tackle made by Alex Emery.
Second down, 7, 6:15, clock moving.
Snap, fake, quarterback looking to pass. He throws it deep, and he's got a man wide open. Touchdown, McGee.
He got behind us.
Tydrell got tripped up.
And McGee takes the lead for the first time in the football game.
5:53 to go in the fourth quarter. Here comes a monster defensive series. I mean, play.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
They're going for 2 right here. This shows you they don't have a kicker.
Here comes motion, and they hand it underneath.
He's in untouched.
He's in. 2-point conversion, good. McGee Owls 14, your Newport Greyhound 6.
Well, a lot of time left in the football game, but folks, it's unfortunate that the fake punt obviously has just turned this football game around from a momentum standpoint, even stopping those guys at 6-6, and these guys take the football and they just churn it, get first down after first down, then a big play. Get behind our secondary again, but a lot of time left. You got to score, and then you got to go for 2. And the McGee defense at this stage, obviously, I mean, they have been just absolutely awesome. And the Hounds have a lot of time left in this football game. Now they're going to kick the ball, and the ball's going to go short. And it's going to go somewhere around the 30-yard line, even if he tries to kick it deep. Hounds must field the ball. 14-6, McGee leads.
Another high kick fielded by Alberto Garcia.
And down at the 32-yard line. So not great field position, but the Hounds are going to have to mount a drive or get a long play. Our work is cut out for us here. $5:49 to play in the football game. McGee's taking a 14-6 lead. Seven in a box for those guys.
Here's snap. We're going to look to pass. We got Garrett body outside. Garrett still on his feet. Garrett going to be close for a first down.
Very important yards after catch.
And Garrett will get the first down to move the chains.
$5:41, clock stops, 14-6 in favor of McGee. The Hounds need a score, to say the least.
First and 10 ball at the 44, and we go Joe Brodus up the middle. Joe will pick up a few on the play.
That's stop ball, Ricky Morgan.
He gets 3, second down and 7. A wealth of time to play in this football game. Hounds have got to score and then go for 2. Can the Hound defense muster up enough offense against these McGee Owls who have all the momentum at this stage of the football game? And it's a low snap. And Cash Forster is going to be called down.
That was the quarterback on the carry.
At the low snap, Cash had to go down to a knee, so the Hounds will lose back to the 42-yard line, and that is a crucial loss for the Hounds because it brings up third down and 12. With 4:37 remaining in the game.
Third and 12 for the Hounds. Trips to the top of your screen. Garrett body, the lone receiver on the other side. Cash drop back, looking to pass. He's got a man over the middle of the field. Caught by Zaywin Smith. First down, Zaywin. Great job, Zaywin Smith, to get the separation.
He has came up so big the last few games.
Cash Forster with an excellent throw. They get it marked. They start the clock even before they get the change set. I don't like that. The rule is you start the clock when the chains are set, not when the ball is set. 4:07 remaining in the game.
Snap, we go Joe Brodus. Joe Brodus.
They're low all night on him.
Darius Lewis made the tackle.
Joe gets a short gain.
3:52 and counting. Hounds trailing 14-6 here in the fourth quarter.
They give him 1.
Second and 9, ball at the 39-yard line for the Hounds. Trips to the top of your screen again. Garrett by himself at the bottom. Here's snap. Cash looking to pass. Cash pressure, just going to throw it up.
No.
Incomplete pass.
Now it's 3rd and 9. Cash.
We went up like that, and we got pass interference called against us.
Cash was under pressure there. 3rd down and 9. It stops the clock with 3:27 to go. So, and obviously you're in 4-down territory. The Hounds have timeouts left, at least 2.
Yep. You can't hear it. We've got about a 30, 35 mile an hour sustained wind.
The play clock should restart, and it doesn't. And there's the snap. Cash going to look to pass again. Cash is going to be brought down for a sack.
3:17 and counting. Be 4th and 15 for the Hounds. Got one down over on the 25-yard line. Can't tell who it is.
And the clock is still running and finally does stop.
Official time on the field.
Cash just under a lot of pressure there, and that's just a coverage sack. Great coverage by McGee. Hounds have not scored since the first quarter when McGee fumbled the football in their first play of the football game and took it in 11 yards for the touchdown. And then they didn't score until the long 84-yard fake punt for a touchdown and then threw one over the top. Their next offensive possession, but someone down on the field for the Greyhounds. He's okay now. It's going to be 4th and 15. Well, you just got to be lucky here. I mean, you got to be good, but you got to be lucky. You got to get protection, number one. And number two, you got to have a great pass and a great catch. You just got to get somebody up. You have to be lucky to make a 4th and 15.
Sometimes I'd rather be lucky than good.
Absolutely.
Trips to the top. Garrett by himself again. Cash going to look to pass. Cash going to roll out. We're going to throw the screen backside to Monquel Cox. Monquel still on his feet. Monquel. It's going to be close.
He got it.
Complete to number 4.
First down for the Newport Greyhounds. He's got enough. They spot him. The drive will continue on 4th down and 15.
A screen.
The screen that we talked about earlier in the game that was wide open, that we overthrew him, comes back to be a huge play for us. Clock will continue to run.
2:43.
Can the Hounds muster enough offense here?
New life.
You got to get positives.
Here's snap, and we go Joe Brodus up the middle. Joe looked like he got tackled by Alex.
Joe Brodus on the carry. That's by
A big gain on first down. Down to the 23. 2nd down and 5. Cash has to run to get the play every time. It takes a lot of time off the clock when you do that.
2nd and 5 for the Hounds. Ball at the 23-yard line. Dead play does not go.
25-second clock down to 6.
There's snap, and we go back Joe Brodus. Joe Brodus.
1:40 and counting.
Again on the carry.
Bring up another 3rd down and 2.
Jack Murphy for the Owls.
Hounds not in much hurry here.
Third and 1 for the Hounds.
And we're down to 1:15. 3rd down. We got to get a first down here.
There's snap, and we go back Brodus. Brodus was hit.
Now the Hounds need a timeout. And they get it. It's going to be 4th down and 2 coming up for the Hounds. A loss on that play.
1:03 to go, 4th quarter.
Well, we converted a 4th and 14. Well, their defensive line has just done an outstanding job of penetrating. Their linebackers and their secondary has done an outstanding job of coming up and hitting Joe Brodus low, hitting him below the knees at the ankles. Those guys have made plays when they needed to make plays, and we have another 4th down play coming up. Just a minute ago, the season was not riding on that play, but the season is riding on this play.
Yeah. They've had 8, 9, 10 within 7 yards all night.
And both crowds getting into the ball game, like David said earlier. This will be the determinant of the football game right here. 4th and 2. Long count does not work.
Plenty of time on them.
Cash giving the play. And the snap, and we go Joe Brodus.
He made it. Got it. We're under a minute to play. Hounds down to the 17-yard line. You got to go fast now. They're going to start the clock again before the chains are set. We've got to hurry. Cash had to run over and get the play.
We still have a timeout left.
Trips to the top. Garrett by himself again. There's the snap. Cash going to look to pass. Cash has got Julius, and he overthrows him.
Well, the clock stops, and that's the good thing. He was open. Cash overthrows him there. "35 seconds to play in the game, 14-6. We have to score and go for two and make the two in hopes to extend the game to overtime. Can the Hounds get it done?"
Here's the snap. Cash going to look to pass again. He had O'Shea, and it's incomplete.
Pass was short.
30.7. 3rd and 10. We're throwing to the right side of the field. So anything is getting a little extra oomph because that's exactly the way the wind's blowing.
And the whole crowd for the Hounds is coming down to the field right here. Cash Forrester looking to pass. Cash is scrambling. Cash then just throws it, and it is intercepted. And he's going to get in the end zone, and that is going to do the ball game for the Greyhounds.
"88 yards on the return." That's the free safety. He read that perfectly. And McGee is going to win the football game. McGee will advance. Seven involved in the last two big plays. 3 huge plays, the difference in the football game. McGee in a thriller, what was a defensive struggle the whole night. McGee tied it up in the third quarter, went ahead in the fourth quarter, now up 20-6. 13 seconds to play in this football game. Been an outstanding year, guys. Hounds on the road just couldn't get enough offense tonight.
It's hard when you have to work your way every game on the road. They do stop him there.
Conversion is no good. 13.2 seconds left in the game.
McGee leads at 20-6. Will win a football game. It's going to be a disappointment for the Hounds, but a great year for the Hounds nonetheless. Several seniors on our football team. We'll talk about those guys in our wrap-up show with Coach Hansley later on in the week. We want to thank all of our great sponsors for helping us bring to you and to our great fans these broadcasts. Anytime you lose and the season is over, it's always a disappointing time. In my 36 years, I don't ever remember one that I lost that I felt good about.
I'm just proud we're here this weekend because nobody expected us to be here.
That is correct. That is correct. We're not supposed to beat Glen Rose, and as good as we felt last week, we're going to feel like Glen Rose felt last week.
King to Monquel Cox at the 30-yard line. Monquel is hit.
Number 5, return, Cox.
Well, the Hounds will have the football. With maybe one play left here.
The McGee Owls defensively flew around, and they had a game plan to stop Joe Brodus and Monquel Cox are backs. I mean, and they did a great job, and they got pressure when they needed to, so hats off to the McGee.
Well, obviously, and you look at it, we talk about it during the game, the difference in the ball game, we score after they fumble the football at the 11-yard line, and then we had a couple of opportunities that we got down there, not really real close, but close enough. We couldn't capitalize. But the difference in this football game tonight is their defense, is McGee's defense. I mean, they shut down this Newport offense, and you give those guys credit.
Ty Drill checked in the quarterback, and they're going to let him run the last play of his senior year, and that'll do the ball game. McGee Owls 20, your Newport Greyhound 6.
Well, it's a great year. You finish 7-3. You get in the playoffs. You're a 5 seed getting in. You go last week to Glen Rose. You upset a number 5 seed. Nothing for our kids to be ashamed of. We're going to lose a great senior class. My thanks to Dan Klepetska. My thanks to Ben Black, Shane, and also to you, Hayden, for being on the broadcast team this year. But you just got to give those guys a lot of credit. Brian, excuse me, my friend.
I was looking. Somebody else joined the broadcast, don't
Excuse me, my friend.
Folks, I've been fired. It's been announced right here tonight.
And I have no idea whether Coach Hansley will make it up to the box or not. I don't know if he'll bring a player or not. I'm assuming that he will. We'll have that in a little bit. But,
Osceola will move on, as well as Rivercrest, out of the conference. So the conference,
well represented.
Yeah. And the big thing right now is Harding Academy is still ahead of Junction City.
Wow.
Yeah, that's in Atkins is up by 10 on Elkins. So they will await. McGee will await the winner of those two.
Atkins a 1 seed, yes.
2.
Oh, a 2. So whoever's on the top of the bracket, if Atkins is a 2, if Atkins was a 1, it would be at Atkins. But anyway, whoever's at the top half of the bracket in that one, and I would think it would be Atkins. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Hounds lose. Hounds lose a tough one, 20-6. Hayden, your final thoughts?
I just thought it was a great season, a very gutsy performance for the Hounds. You lose some games that you shouldn't, but then again, you win 2 games that you weren't expecting with Rivercrest and Glen Rose last week. So overall, just a great season. Great job by Coach Hansley and his staff. And I know the Hounds will be ready next year, especially that big junior high class coming up.
Got a lot of guys coming back, Brian.
We have a lot of guys that have been playing, as sophomores, now juniors.
Right.
That next year, still a long way away. But, guys, I encourage you to stay in those books, keep your head straight, keep your nose clean, and come back and play football for those Greyhounds next year.
Ben, zoom in there. Just try to get the bulk of the crowd right there. You can see our fans around our kids. It is a great love. Newport Greyhound football is a great love, as is McGee, the McGee Owls. What a great tradition-rich football program that they have here. 2 great football teams battling, and just those guys made more plays than we made tonight. They win it by the score of 20-6, and we hope Coach Hansley will make it up. We don't know if he'll bring anybody up with us, but for our broadcast team, Ben Black, thank you so much for what you do for Cable 15 TV and the passing of Bud Black less than a year ago, who meant so much to us at Cable 15 TV. Our thoughts and prayers with all of those late Greyhounds, and thoughts and prayers for all of those who are sick and those folks who are overseas and battling for our country. And we stand for the national anthem and say thank you to those folks who serve our country.
Amen.
and will continue to do so. And so for my broadcast team, it's been a great year for the Hounds. Maybe Coach Hansley will be up next, but until next year, David Black, so long. George Kell Motor Company Players of the Game, Players of the Years, and what better to bring Katie McCorkle and Dawson Smith up to talk a little bit about what you girls do. First of all, girls, y'all have a great responsibility, and I'll start with you, Dawson. Talk about some of the things that you do. You do more than be just a manager on the football team. You folks really work hard for our Greyhounds. Tell me some of the things that y'all have to do, or that you want to do and you get to do.
Well, a lot of the times the boys call me the mom of the team, so Katie and I are oftentimes keeping up with their visors, or we keep up with a lot of their stuff. And during the summer, it gets really hot, so we're in charge of Coach Hansley calls it baby birds, who have to go squirt the water through their helmets. That's my favorite thing. And I don't know, we do a lot. We Hoyt's a really big help. Yeah,
Right,
we love
exactly.
Hoyt. We love Hoyt.
Katie, talk about some of the things that you do and why you do it.
I just love it. I love being a part of this team. I told my mom today, I just love the way they respond to the community and the people.
It's pretty neat to be a part of
Oh,
something that is as successful as what this is. And I do know this. Coach Hansley's told me on several occasions that it would be very, very difficult on him and his coaching staff if he didn't have you two. So I think that's why he wanted to get you on there. First of all, Dawson, you're a senior. Let's tell us a little bit about what you think you're going to do. Do you have your plans made for after graduation? What's on the plate?
I always say that the second best thing to be in a Newport Greyhound is an Arkansas Razorback. So I'm headed to the Hill next year, and I'm going to major in agricultural leadership pre-law. So
Wow, good for you.
I'm excited.
Good for
Thank you.
Katie, you have another year of high school. Just talk a little bit about that. And I know you're coming back for another year, aren't you?
Of course. Wouldn't trade it for anything.
Well, listen, we want to thank y'all so much, and being the George Kell Motor Company, not just players of the game, but players of the year and participants of the year. We call it player of the game, and my goodness gracious, our program is better because of you two.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Katie and Dawson, for what y'all do for our Greyhound football program. I appreciate you getting up that ladder too. That ladder was
That was a hassle.
Katie, how's school going? You got another year, so you got a lot of time to think. Have you thought much about school and college?
Yeah, I want to either go to A-State or OBU.
Wow, good deal. Good deal. Well, congratulations to you on your choice of college, and congratulations to you when you get to graduate, but coming back next year for another great run. And next year, when I get to interview at the end of the year, the last game, it's going to be at War Memorial Stadium. And Dawson, make sure you join us, okay?
I will.
Thanks, ladies. Appreciate what y'all do.
Thank you.
And again, with Katie and Dawson, the George Kell Motor Company players of the game, and now the Subway report, the coaches report. Coach Mark Hansley, my friend, good to see you, sir. And let me tell you what, a very upbeat and a coach that just here and to talk about a great football team and what a lot of great kids we got. Coach.
And that's right. At the end of the day, it's still about the kids. And it's all about the kids, and the reason why you would think it was probably mean to bring up Katie and Dawson after the last game of the year, and I know they probably they were crying on the field and stuff, but they mean so much to us, and they don't get enough credit, and to bring them up here and just as a pat on their back is big. And I'd hate to do it on the last game of the year, but they're well deserving. I mean, what they do for us and what they go through, and they don't get the recognition they deserve. I think it's a good thing for them. And like I said, it's all about the kids, and tonight was all about them just because of what they give us.
Coach, we lose the football game 20-6. We win a great football game last week. I mean, just a tremendous game. We beat a Rivercrest football team this year. We start out 3-0, beat a real good Gosnell football team. Lots of positives throughout the year to build on. And we got lots of things to look forward to.
We do, and that's the thing about it. It's like I told the kids on the field. It's not about tonight. It's about the body of work that you give this season, and especially to those seniors. And that is not top. I've been very open with the kids. Is everything that I've coached this year, especially in these playoffs, was about those seniors, because I felt like I've kind of rode their back for the last 3 years. You got some of the guys that we're going to lose are very, very good football players.
Yes, sir.
Very good people.
Right.
And I'm just excited to see what they do after their high school career's over. But like a good game, a great game, but it has to come to an end.
Well, 6-6 ball game, 6-0 forever and ever and ever. And as good as we were defensively, you got to give those guys a little credit defensively, because they had a great game plan on us, and just they were just real good defensively. We shut them down. Talk a little bit about our defense, because we were stellar again tonight.
Yeah, I think we had talked earlier in the week about having kind of the same keys that we had against Rivercrest and the same keys we had against Gosnell. And they work. They really do. And our kids really have simple keys. They fly to the ball. The only thing that kind of worried me, and I had backup plans for it, was we had to play man against them.
Right.
It helps to play man against them for run past keys, and we had to play some man. You see the one play right there with Ty Drill, and that's the tricky thing about man is if you're one slip down away from a big play happening.
Absolutely, and he slipped.
And he slipped, and we kind of were trying to go in and out of zone and man, and right there we're in man, and that's what happens when you got to be perfect in man. You just do, and so made a lot of big stops, fourth down stops. I felt like we just creamed them on fourth down stops.
Yes,
but
sir.
it was that big play that they got in the special teams, man, that kind of opened up things and kind of gave them a boost offensively. And like I said, the fall down on the man coverage, and every play has a history, and that's kind of how it went defensively. Played a great game. Just you don't want to be defined by the last little bit we had at the end of the game here.
Well, I will tell you this, and I'll pat you on the back to tell you and let you know I did a little research today, and coming into tonight, I looked back historically and I said, well, let's just find out who's got the best playoff record from the first time that they got to the playoffs. Who has the best playoff record? And I looked, and of course I started with Coach Dale Counts back in 1972, and then I went into Coach Keaty's years, and went to Coach Keppel, and went to Coach Shield, and went to Coach Branham, and Coach Watley, and Coach Brandon, and then Coach Poole, and I went to Coach Donnie Harrison, and then I went to Mark Hinesley. And coming in, your record, you were 3-1 last year. You were a pretty good start this year, I'd say. You were 4-1. You're 4-2 in the playoffs, Coach. And 4-1. Nobody had a better start than a 4-1 start in the playoffs in Newport High School history. And I have to go back and check on 4-2. I think you're pretty solid at 4-2.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know if there's a minimum. Is there a minimum you have to have?
No, sir.
Is there like a 10-game minimum you have to get on the board? But and I don't want to be compared to those guys, but and that goes back to the kids, man. You're playing really good ball in the third phase of our game, and it goes back to everything that we have started with. When I started, was not just going to the playoffs, it's trying to make a run in the playoffs.
Sure. And
that's never going to change for me. It's not about making the playoffs for me. It's about really showing the state who we are.
Well, and it's always about good draws. We had a good draw, just got on a good road. I mean, on the road tonight, and those guys just happened to make some plays, and we didn't make enough of them tonight. That's football, and that happens. I mean, that's just part of the game.
Well, anytime you have a tradition-rich program, which they are.
Oh, yes.
At their field, it's just hard to win. It's just so hard to win, and especially in a game that was so tight. A lot of times, you've got to play 4 quarters, and that was the challenge tonight.
We will finish up, and I'll come back, Wednesday, maybe, let's say Wednesday, Thanksgiving this week, maybe the week before that. We will have a one-time recap, because I want to talk about those seniors. I want to talk about them individually.
Yeah.
We won't do it tonight, but we'll talk about those guys, and then and we'll take a look at some of the guys we've got coming. I said it 2 years ago, and I said, ladies and gentlemen, help is on the way, and we lose a good senior class, but I'm telling you, more help is on the way.
They are a strong group coming down.
Mark Hinesley, what a great year, my friend, and congratulations to you and your coaches and those 2 girls that you brought up. We know what they do for our program.
Until
next time, go Hounds.